Hello students and parents, this is Mr. McNana with a tutorial on how to search for and take out books from the Edison Media Center during hybrid learning. Because of the risk of passing germs, general perusing and going through the stacks to find books on your own is not permitted. So Mr. Cusimano has gratefully created a way for us to do that remotely. So the easiest way to find everything you need is to go into Chrome or any browser. If you haven't already created on your desktop a link to my website, you're going to go to the Edison Intermediate School site, School Information, Staff Directory, MCN. Here's my website. Bam. This is where you need to be to find everything you need. In the lower left-hand corner, there's a subpage called Bookshelf. You want to go there. And here in Bookshelf, right here, nice and big for everybody to see prominently. It says, click here for the Edison Media Center Catalog and Virtual Book Sign-Out Form. You're going to click on it. And it's going to bring you to this Google form. Now, there are several things you'll need. I'll get to the bottom later. This is where you're going to fill out a request for a hard copy book. But there are several links that Mr. Cusimano has created here. Media Center website, you could go there, but to make it simpler, the online catalog is directly found at this link. And this is a catalog, an online platform to search for any book that Mr. Cusimano has in the Media Center. So if we go here, this will pop up. It's beautifully put together, and there are a couple of things to consider. First of all, here on the main page, there are a couple highlighted items that might interest you. So you could search through here. And up here in the top hand portion, there are a couple of different clickable links that you might find valuable, but new items is something that Mr. Cusimano wanted everyone to see. And under new items, you'll see new items just added to the catalog here at school. So you could peruse through this. You'll see that there are more than 20 items. In fact, there are several pages of new items. If you click on page 2, a whole new bank of 20 will pop up. So just search through new items as you see fit. Obviously, if you click on an item, it will give you more information, and I'll go over that soon. The other way, the main way, is to go into a search. And there are several things you could search here. I'm going to go to this drop-down menu. I could start with anywhere. Probably don't want to do that. I'm going to give you some more focused searches you could be doing. But I think what I'll start with is title. If you know what the exact title is of a book that you'd like to read, you can search that title, as long as you know the exact title. I will start with, let's say, well, what if I put Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, my son's favorite Harry Potter book. If I put the title in exactly in search, there it is. Not much ambiguity there. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire will pop up. Something I want to show you, though, that when a book does show up, it does say available here, but I could also click the link for the book itself, and more information will come down. Similar items on the right-hand side I really like. But also here, it gives you more in-depth information. It gives you different categories that it falls into. Obviously, it's fiction, but wizards, witches, schools, England, fantasy, our author, J.K. Rowling. And really important, kind of tucked away, hidden over here, is this section where there are some green numbers and some red numbers. The green numbers are good. That means that they are available. It looks like 3 copies of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire here in school. And over here, if it were not available, the number would be, if this was a 0 and this were 3, that would mean that 3 copies were taken out. So any number in the green is good. That means that there will be copies in the Media Center. Red numbers are bad. That means that the book has been taken out. Okay. Another searchable strategy that you could use, if I come to the top here, instead of title, obviously keyword you could do, but subject. Subject is something that is very valuable if you're not quite sure what the heck it is you're looking for, but you kind of know either subjects or genres. Let's start with a subject itself. Let's say that I like, let's say, war. I don't know. That's a common topic. Now, you're going to see a lot of hits for the word war. So what you could do is look for some of the possible hits that pop up, possible categories. One of them might interest you, or you could just stick with that word war and go search. And you are going to get a lot of options, okay? It looks to me like you have, actually, in our Media Center, 671 options. The word war may be in a title, maybe the genre of the book, could also be one of the main parts of the plot of the book. In some way, the books that are listed in this list are related to war in some way, shape, or form. Speaking of searching for subject, subject could also mean genre. If there's a genre of book that you like, let's say science fiction, okay, you could start with science fiction. You will see some hits here, but let me go, boom, search for science fiction, and you will see books that probably fall into that genre, okay? And there are many options. It looks like there are 259. Wow, I would have thought that there would have been more than the word war, but I guess if you do search a genre as opposed to a subject, you're a little more focused in that search. So just to recap, when you are searching a subject, you can do a topic like war, or let's say you like horses, and that will work. Let's see, I'm just curious, how many will show up for horse? 59 books related in some way to horses. Or you could pick a genre. We picked science fiction before, let's pick another one like fantasy. Let's see what we have here for fantasy. 353 hits for fantasy. Other genres might include, we have fantasy, we have science fiction, historical fiction, sports. I can give you a list of genres. So once you have picked a book, the important thing is, let me show you now how to take that book out. Let me pick a random book here called The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan. The two most important things that you're going to need are the title and the author. And what you're going to do is go back to this form, which should now be a tab here. You're going to put your last name and first name here, your grade, your language arts teacher, lunch study period, the title of the book, and the author, submit. Okay? You just probably want to double check here. If you do have, remember to check if there are available books, copies of that book that are here, listed in the green. So that is a tutorial on how to search for and take out a book. And just so you know what happens now, when you submit a book here on this form, Mr. Cusimano will let your language arts teacher know when that book is ready for pickup, and that book may be made to pick up upon request in the Media Center. Now, for students that are digital all the time, my C students, I'm still trying to find out an answer for that. What I could probably do is if there's a book you desperately want from our Media Center, we can make that available in the office per request so that your someone at home could pick that up for you. All right, that's all for now. This has been Mr. McNana with a tutorial on how to search for and reserve books in the Edison Media Center during hybrid learning. Any questions? You can email me. Have a good day.